Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make you do it again.
I had a wonderful segue where we went up to Candy Mountain, but we're just gonna do this. Hey guys, we went up to Candy Mountain last time. We saw a magical Leopleurodon. We rode a unicorn.
We
was
told
even
Charlie
better
it
the
kills
second time.
people. That sort of
Yeah.
thing, you know.
We stole some kidneys, but
Normal stuff.
welcome to the stream, guys. We're playing some Through the Breach. We got some lovely people here. We're all
do the
excited.
thing Danny started doing. Do the thing Danny started doing. You have to name and thank all of your players.
It's only courteous.
It's only courteous. You have to remember all of our names.
Well,
Do
they're
you
all
know
bitches.
the names of your friends, Zach?
I know the names. We got fucking.
You don't understand. When you were faced with the idea of naming all the people on the spot, it's like, oh, I don't know their names. Suddenly, in this situation, I don't know any of their names.
Well, I obviously know Deanna, CJ, Danny, and Tessa. Obviously, everybody. And
But which
You
one
have
of
to
us is
name
which?
yourself too.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah, you have to remember that I'm Tessa, right?
Yeah.
I'm
My life-
CJ.
Yeah.
I'm Danny.
Fuck am I?
Deanna is muted.
Well, obviously, I'm Zach, and we got some lovely players here. Thank you for playing with me in my stupid game. But yeah,
I love your stupid game.
Oh, thank you. That's such a compliment. What happened last time, guys? The meads kicking in. What happened last time, guys?
We fought the. I have her name here.
We
Esther
snuck
Ambrose.
through a maze first, though,
Yes, we
right?
did.
Stealth.
Yeah, we had convinced a cop that he wanted to help the common people. Okay, sorry, let's not
Which-
start.
Only in a
which is
fantasy
like-
setting.
I just love I love a good fantasy setting.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Oh,
Sutton
God.
is very anti-cop, but we did take what is he exactly? He's a death marshal that we convinced to
death
come
marshal.
with us into this like ice chapel that had a maze within it that had a not minotaur. I was informed very thoroughly that there was no minotaur in this labyrinth, but there was. Do you guys remember what it was?
It
Yeah,
was
it
someone
was a-
affected by the.
It was a
It
transformed.
was Half-Blood Nephilim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of half-blood, sort of yellow
Not that
ooze.
we really know, but
I don't think we have any of that language yet. We're just like, it's just like this dude with hooves.
He's like a lumpy guy. with-
yeah, like a
with
lumpy guy.
hooves and horns.
And we followed this lumpy guy through the maze and like up the stairs to kind of our final destination, which was where my brother's stupid ex was plotting the downfall of our entire economic system. Does
Esther
anyone have a better
Ambrose?
description?
Esther Ambrose was a dramatic former actress, and she was talking on the Aethervox to Mr. Blank. And we fought her and 4 dudes that were definitely under the effect of the
Yellow powder.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
understanding, she was kind of righteously angry with my brother because I'm pretty sure he like promised her a whole bunch of stuff and took all of her money and then went, sorry, goodbye. So she like had some righteous anger and whatever, and then she got yellowed, pocket yellow, I don't know, whatever. And was like stirred up to be all banana pants. And then the Aethervox guy, Mr. Blank, was like, you should burn down some cities about this. And she was like, I should. And so she was being the widow on top of the mountain, I think.
I don't know though. I feel like some of it was like thought out real hard because the guy we met who was the traitor was tied up and his organs were out and chopped in half. So
she had gone, I thought she was kind of being like mind controlled or something by
No, I think she was just a little bit crazy.
maybe, I don't know.
I think
she
she
was
just kinda liked
experimenting
that.
on him though.
I
Experimenting.
didn't think it was an experiment. It seemed very much that she knew what she was doing, and I assumed it was based off instructions that Mr. Blank was giving her.
That's possible.
Like she was, yeah, like they were trying to transform.
She could have just
her.
wanted to see the world burn at that point. So,
But that's assumption. We'll know this session when we question her.
I sure hope
Well,
so.
maybe I just feel guilty about what my brother did, and I'm like, he has a point.
Why are you taking your brother's
Men do
guilt
stuff,
onto
yeah,
you?
yeah. Men,
Well, somebody has to atone, and it's not going to be him. So
God.
There it is.
Ridley
This was
also
a long time
watched
ago. He might have
a
known.
man die in front of him. Oh no, Ridley didn't watch it. Cordoni was like, "Don't worry, I'll save him. Turn around,
Look at the flowers.
look over there."
Yeah.
Bunny rabbits, George.
This man that was being experimented on or being turned. Was that everything? And then I buried him outside. We had some touching conversations. I think that was everything we did last time.
And then Bill gave me his badge, so now I have that. So
Yeah,
Yep.
you have his job.
Yeah.
You have
yes.
his job.
We
You're a
convinced the cop.
now.
He asked you to polish it and to give it back.
Yeah, well, I kept it for a little while, so here we are.
He's never getting that back.
I think I dropped it on the mountain, Mr. Bill. I'm sorry.
Yes, he has to have his eye on you. I think he's got his eye on the fucking badge.
Oh, I think Cordoni also said, "Hey, you want to stick Esther in your coffin, Mr. Bill?"
Yeah,
Can't
to
remember
take
his
her
last
Yeah.
to take her down. I mean,
Yeah.
down to Ridley, of course. Not just
Give it
take
to
her
be
name. I
fine.
down.
don't know what you were implied because
I said to take her down, as in like
Hell.
okay.
violence. I was
Okay, that's
implying
not where
violence.
me and Deanna went with that.
No, I didn't say that we were gonna go. Anyway,
We're gonna take that coffin downtown. Okay, whatever. Well, that's what we did. I believe we're starting down the side of the mountain with Mr. Bill. I cannot remember his last name, and I cannot call him Mr. Bill.
His name is Mr. Marshall Bill.
Mr. Marshall Bill. Mr.
Yeah, his
Marshall
name-
Bill.
His name is William Hutch.
William
Guys,
I was not going to
Bill
Go
was
correct
by
also
people.
there
Bill, or did
too,
we
but-
just call him that?
Bill
Does
is.
he go
Bill-
by Bill, or does he go by William?
William.
Ridley
William.
decided
Just
to call
Ridley
him
decided
Bill.
to start to call him
It's
Bill.
William.
Okay, well, we're making our way down the side of the mountain with Mr. Marshall Billiam Hutch.
William.
And a coffin with Esther in it, I believe.
Yeah,
I do.
It's
believe
easier than
that.
carrying a corpse. Like the death marshals used to carry around a coffin. That's kind of their
She's
thing.
not a corpse. She's
Yet.
Well,
dying.
what if she was being mind controlled? We
What if
don't
she-
know.
We'll find out.
He's missing her leg. That's a big deal.
Oh yeah, and her face is
Yeah.
all burnt. Her face is burnt off.
Oh yeah, that too.
The face
God.
split off and could only did drill through the leg, like with a industrial sized drill.
The inside of the coffin is like a cryogenic chamber.
Yeah, it's a pocket dimension. She'll be fine.
It actually is a pocket dimension. You're not wrong.
But I'm assuming you're being crushed by soil at all times in there, or is it just a void?
It's a void.
I
Oh.
I don't think they know. They're not aware.
Out
it's
of character, we know.
Yeah.
It's the same place Tara goes, which
I-
is
I just know box is scary. No,
We're not
no
fucking with
box
Tara
is
shit.
dirty is all I know.
All right.
Yeah, we don't know. Tara.
Let's all get
Yeah.
real sad and quiet and serious.
yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's exactly the vibe.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys did all that. It was a harrowing journey. To go.
I leveled up in Harrowed. Sorry.
Oh jeez.
So sad. Anyway. But yeah, you guys went up the mountain last time. You guys did your job up top of the mountain last time, and then you guys made your way back down. I'm not gonna make you go through the journey. You know, it's not a lot of the curse has been lifted, so it's not as dangerous as it was. It's still pretty dangerous, but
Are those baby rabbits still alive,
Oh my god.
or have
No.
they been ferreted out of the? They're dead.
yeah,
Every single one.
yeah.
That was the last of that kind of population, I think. There's an extinct species because we didn't stop those cats.
Yeah, Dodie.
I love how we're blaming Dodie for this.
It was,
Literally no.
it was her fault.
We did have some pressing matters to
It was
attend
on the
to.
other side of the fucking. It was on the other. It was like on the next peak over or whatever. It was far enough away that it didn't matter.
I saw it from a tree. There's no way it was next
You
week.
got you got young eyes. You got young eyes that can see quite well.
You can see. Never mind. Okay. So, you guys roll back down. To the beginning of the trail. Yeah, you're coming back to Contract Town 34. And you guys are going to roll up to it I want to say it's about morningish. It was kind of like you had quick nap up top of the mountain. You know, you kind of like dug out, you know, made camp or whatever. But it's gonna be
So
quick.
are we at full health?
Yeah, this is the
Hell yeah.
end of the previous adventure, the beginning of the next one. So you will be choosing pursuits in a hot second, but we'll wait for that. I'll don't worry, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's about morningish when you guys roll back down the mountain and into Contract Town 34. You're going to see. You're gonna see Ms. Darrow, who is still there. You know, she still has she has a lot of her affairs packed up in like a suitcase. I see your hand raised.
Yeah, she made a big fucking stink about how she was going to be gone by the time we got back. So, Sutton
We were
is
awfully fast.
I suppose so, but I was like, "Can I convince you to stay?" And she was like, "No, fuck you." So I'm surprised that she's still here.
Maybe they were waiting for us.
I don't think that that's the case.
But she has her clipboard and she has a circle of her employees, her fellow miners, union members, who are ready to, like, they have all of their things packed up. They have a lot fewer things than she does, obviously, because she's an officer. But yeah, she's going through her clipboard, you know, checking off, making sure, going around, making sure everybody's packed up and ready to go, you know, double checking things. When you guys roll up, it's you know, it's about morning. So is there anything you guys like to do in this scene?
Sutton does that thing with her arm.
As she when she's about done, she like turns toward the mountain, looks up and, "Oh, you're back! I'm glad we didn't miss you." As she comes up to you, I trust everything on top of the mountain went well.
Well, I mean, theoretically, the major source of the issue was taken care of. Theoretically, it's in Marshall Hutch's coffin at the moment.
Yeah,
Ms. Darrow, have you met Bill?
We have spoken. Yes, he followed your lead. I hope he didn't.
Yeah, when did you speak and what did you speak about?
He asked if he had seen anybody. I'm gonna think about this real fast. I wasn't prepared for that question. He asked if we had seen anybody matching a description, and I'm glad to see you're not in his coffin, so you must not be a resurrectionist. But
yeah.
It's a good thing I'm not in his coffin, seeing as the whole group of us are what stopped what was happening in the mine.
Yeah, and you know, fed your town and protected your people. I'm real glad that you didn't actually rat us out and imprison our friend forever.
if you were not a resurrectionist, then there's no resurrectionist, so I'm glad he could be of service to you, Mountain.
He was an awful lot of help. If he's there, Dodie will give him a little look like.
Yeah, he's with you guys. He has a cough and he's like, yeah, it's I believe I have checked out the situation and everything appears to be under control. No resurrectionists here, Miss Darrow. Everybody's in the clear as far as I can tell. And it gives everybody a little smile.
Although this person that we've got in Marshall Hodge's coffin, I don't know that she's a resurrectionist, but she sure is something. So,
She's the widow.
Well, she sure did fancy herself the widow.
So you found the ghost story widow up top of the mountain.
Yeah. That's her. We found her, and she's in this coffin right now.
The ghost?
No.
Oh,
A
she's the
scorned
real
woman.
deal.
Okay, well, I'm glad to see that's who has been scaring our miners and is being dealt with. Maybe that old ghost story will be put to rest.
Those stories tend to live, but hopefully they won't be dealing with the physical implications of one anymore. Are you gonna stay, or are you all still going home?
No, we are in the process of going home. We were approached the other day by Contract Town 36, just a little bit north of here. Apparently they're on the way back here, and there's safety in numbers, so we figured we'd go back to Ridley with them. Wait,
I thought you were in a real fucking rush and you couldn't wait for anything.
one town with supplies, so they say.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be taken care of for any future people unfortunate enough to end up here.
I do hope so.
Ridley will lean in next to Cordoni and be like, "Sud's mad."
It does appear so, yes.
But Ms. Darrow says, yes, of course. We were approached yesterday by Contra Town 36. They're on the way this time in safety numbers to get back. They did seem rather capable. It appears they're coming now.
Oh gee, look at all those people approaching. I've just gotta be moseying along.
Getting uncomfortable. And she waves them over as you see like a kind of a larger exodus of another like 10 to 15 people that is coming. There's one on horseback who is rolling up, walking slowly with all the people who are. They're a lot like the people here, how they have, their bags over their shoulders. They got maybe their pickaxe and a few pots and pans, dangling from their backs, and they're walking this way. But the person on the horse is as she approaches you guys, you can see she's a middle-aged woman with darker skin and a haircut, like short hair that's like kind of tied up in a ratty ponytail, wearing a tank top and with a sawed-off shotgun on her right-hand side, and there's a kind of a big bandage on her right arm. And she approaches you on the horse and says, "Miss Dara, are you ready to go? You have all your affairs in order?" And right, that's me.
Hold on, Zach.
DMing, guys, it's hard. Anyway, Dara goes, "Oh yes, we have everybody. If everybody is all here, all accounted for, all not missing anything." And the lady on the horse is she looks over to you guys, and she's like, She's looking down at you from the horse. Are you with this town?"
No.
We just kind of came here, but I guess we're not really part of them. We're heading back too, though.
Yeah.
So you will be joining on Caravan then.
What's your name? You look cool. Are you a sheriff?
No, I'm not a sheriff. My name is Mariah Garot.
Mariah Garrow?
Yes.
Is that garrote like the weapon?
It could be.
Okay.
That's how it's used to spell it.
Yeah. I
I'm
think it's
sorry,
me.
could you spell that for me? No, that's out of character. I'm just joking.
I don't know how it's spelled in English, but I'm doing my best at an accent, but we're gonna
What
see.
accent does she have? She definitely has a.
I think she sounds French.
Is it
Sure,
not?
why not?
Is the American attitude of vaguely European?
What's that?
Is the American thing they do with vaguely European?
Yeah, this is an Esperise accent where it's like definitely not an American. Don't know what she is.
I don't know that, but I don't know that's exclusively American because I know, as a LARPer, I know a number of people who go for a broadly European accent instead of because they don't want people to be like, "Hey, that sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it
I'm
is
gonna
what it
say
is, guys.
all these characters are a bunch of hicks. We have no fucking idea where
Yeah,
she's
you could be from.
Well,
fucking-
unless
Actually,
she's
Cordoni
Russian,
knows.
I guess.
you sound a little bit like you might be from New York.
Actually, Cordoni has quite an extensive knowledge about different languages and cultural significances.
Okay, make a literacy check to know what her accent's from.
No, I'm not gonna do it just yet. I'm gonna text you test where she's from.
Nice. Cordoni also speaks multiple languages.
Yeah. But yeah,
Does she know that she speaks multiple languages?
Yeah, she spoke those multiple languages in front of you.
She speaks Russian for sure.
So let's see. Tess, very C-3PO like, can pick up on any language and accents, and
Not
so-
any, but like, it only
Any.
knows more than like Ridley and Sutton.
Anyway, she
It only
does.
received a formal education.
From her
Anyway.
husband father.
Yes.
Wait, I want to know what's your horse's name?
Don't name
Does
it.
not have a name. It's just a horse.
We named our horse. Her name was Applebee's.
So you will be joining us. Is the moral of the story?
We will
Well,
be. Yes.
I
Anything
severely.
in the way of supplies?
No, we've got supplies, don't we?
You might have a few things in the cart, like what. You gave up a lot of what you had to feed to feed 34.
Yeah.
You're running out.
Okay,
We're
so we gotta go
more than
try and shoot
capable
some
of
as well.
providing our own supplies.
I
more than
do
one of
have
us-
one issue with that.
What's up?
I need like as much as I feed from the death of people, that needs to be within a time frame. It doesn't like stack and could only kill someone yesterday, so they've got maybe a week before they shut down if someone doesn't die near them.
Does it count if you kill animals? Because I'm gonna need to go squirrel hunting. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I think beast count. It's anything with a living trait, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any with a living
Um,
tree?
I think it's
Maybe
beast and
somebody will
people.
die along the trail.
I'll
Well,
take you
Miss
out.
Garat, I think what we're trying to say is
Also
that we're more
Stardust.
than capable of supplying for ourselves. We have more than one person who's capable of working their way off the land, and we have, not to recycle a joke from earlier, but somebody who will willingly eat lizards off the ground, and the Cordoni don't eat.
So you.
It is true.
Dodie, you ate
Well, then, yeah.
lizards?
I think we were talking about you, sweetheart.
Oh, well, yeah, they can be pretty good.
I've never tried lizard, but you never know what you do when you're hungry.
I was hungry when I ate one.
I bet.
Very well then. We will organize a ration system. If you are, it sounds like you are capable. We may organize a hunting session when supplies get low. Maybe call on you.
Sure.
Seems agreeable. I will help where I can.
I'm
Very
pretty
good.
good at shooting things.
Very good. We have a long way back to Ridley. If you guys are as capable as you say, I'm happy to have you aboard.
Well, you just asked Miss Darrow. We did feed the town when we came in.
Is that true, Ms. Darrow? And Darrow's like, oh yes, they did. They donated a large portion of squirrel meat. We made a nice stew out of it.
Yeah, and if you need anyone to speak with police officers along the road, then Miss Darrow can do that for you.
Wouldn't it be wiser to ask Marshal William Hutch to do that?
That's true. So, Miss Darrow, what are you supplying to this?
I'm supplying my organizational skills, of course.
Oh,
I am a computer.
Mike got
I'm
this a
looking
little
out
bit.
for the- I'm responsible for the well-being of the miners here in 34. I gotta separate their accents a little bit. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, so the well-being, like the problem up on the mountain, and then being hungry. But what about the things that we didn't already take care of? What did you do? What have you done?
Kept the records for all the miners here. You know, the pay and everything.
So you're a guild liaison. That's all right. That's all right. I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
Well, I do work for the union, but I am a manager. Yes. You were so much nicer to her before. Jeez.
Yeah, well, that's before she fucked this lady. I was a lot nicer to her before, and then she said, I won't wait for you to help these people, but I will sit around here and I will send the police after your friend. Yeah, I'll talk to the cops right away. Absolutely.
There could have been a resurrectionist up the mountain. You don't fucking
Who
know.
looked exactly like Dorothy. She did say, oh, yes, I know exactly the one. It's the one that fed all of my people. Yes, go capture her.
Also, again, like, Death Marshal, like, it's a different relationship with the cops than what we have today.
I don't know if Sutton's being reasonable, but Sutton is pissed.
Sutton's allowed to be pissed.
Anyway,
But also, if Captain America knocks on your door and is like,
Captain.
"Hey, citizen,"
He says, "Hey, are your neighbors documented?" You will tell Captain America.
yeah, you're gonna steal Captain
Oh,
America.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, she will say,
Chris Evans is very attractive.
Mariah will say, we are glad to have you aboard then. With your all your capabilities and your ability to provide food, we have many hungry, we have many sick. We are
Well, Miss
ready to move without any more pleasantries.
Mix. Let's scratch that. Cordoni.
Yes.
No prefix. You're a little bit skilled in doing basic first aid, correct? I mean, while we're on the road, Cordoni might be able to look at a few of your people.
I'm quite capable of that, yes.
The journey gets easier and easier, I see.
Well,
I do
we're able
have
to handle
a fair
ourselves,
amount of medical knowledge.
but that doesn't mean we can't help others.
Yeah. And Dodie's good at hunting, and me and Marshall Bill and Sutton can make sure we protect everybody. And Brody, he can, well, he's a good talker. You could talk to him. He can give you company.
Very
Great.
competent
That
young
sounds like-
man.
yeah, it's and I can protect too. Ridley, it's
Yeah, that too.
Mm.
obviously. She's like, very well. We will. Without further ado, we should get moving. It is a week-long journey back to Ridley.
Let's go.
Wow, a whole week out on the road.
I'm happy to have this whole place behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Me
It
too.
also may be worth getting to Ridley before other such work we need to do begins.
Indeed.
All right. Bye, Speckles. And he's gonna pet the horse's nose.
And she like kind of pulls it back a touch. Of course. Let's 36. Let's move. Ms. Dow, collect your men. We on the move. And she, slaps her horse and gets on going. And Miss Darrow is like, of course. Yes, men, we are ready to move. Follow Miss Gerot. We will keep on going. And they kind of walk on, and everybody keeps on walking on. And with that, it takes some time to get on. Is there anything you guys want to, any conversation you guys want to have or anything? Because it's going to be a lot of walking. So let's
Like
get some conversation.
conversations we have all the way down to Ridley, or on like the first day, or what is the time frame we're talking about here?
I will- Go ahead.
What's up?
Oh, I was just to say, immediately, I don't imagine this is gonna bloom into a conversation, but it might. I would say pretty well immediately as they start off, Dodie's gonna turn to Hutch and just be like, so, when you save people's lives, which I suppose you must do you get a hero's welcome like that every time?
When I save people's lives, I'm lucky if I get a cup of coffee back at the guild enclave.
Well,
But I get my paycheck just like anybody else, I assume.
we didn't get paid to do this, so I guess we're the fools.
Well, I have seen you shoot, Miss Wesson. There is the guild always needs fine sharpshooters such as yourself.
I'm supposed to be a performer, Mr. Hutch.
Well, some say the death marshals are kind of performers too. We do go out on parades, do our tricks with our coffins, I guess.
You're not suggesting I become a death marshal, are you?
With talents like yours, I could put in a good word for you.
Just meet the requirements.
I hope that was Tessa.
Yeah, that was Tessa.
On the
Cordoni
other side
going-
of this like processions of wagons and horses, like Brody and Sutton are riding horse or walking next to each other, just looking at Dodie, having this nice conversation with the death marshal, just going, I got some alcohol on me. I stole it out of Cordoni's arm a little bit ago. Do you just want to drink silently?
I'm sorry. Who are you speaking to?
I'm talking to Brody. We're just we don't have to do a scene. We're just drinking silently, watching Dodie have a much more comfortable conversation with somebody else.
Ooh, what is Brody gonna do?
I was not anticipating. I didn't mean to interrupt the scene. I was just going, here's the funniest
No,
side.
I mean, I achieved everything I wanted to achieve with my conversation. I'm good. Happier side.
I think, yeah, the camera pulls back a little bit to Sutton and Brody. Yeah, let me have a little swig of that.
It tastes coppery, but I think that's just what the inside of Cordoni's body tastes like. I don't usually drink.
Whiskey's whiskey. It's fine for right now. I don't like. He's too perfect, you know.
Bill?
Yeah, Mr. Hutch.
His face is a skull most of the time.
The flames have died down. just say.
Well, his face is a skull a good amount of the time.
But I don't like the way Ridley looks up to him and everything.
Ridley looks up to everyone in a position of power.
Also, the Death Marshals are cool.
Cordoni? Where did that come from?
Yeah, Death Marshes are cool.
Ridley, they're cool, but they don't have your best intentions at heart, I think.
What do you mean?
Like they care about their own organization. They care about shooting zombies.
My understanding is that, and I don't have a great understanding of it, I'm sure Cordoni might be able to correct me, but what people like him do is that they go and they seek out activities and people who are doing activities that the guild doesn't like.
Yeah, bad guys.
And they seek out people who are not the way the guild thinks people should be.
You understand that, Ridley?
Yeah, I know what Death Marshals do. I have I don't have all the cards, but I got lots of them. And all the little cards have, descriptions of what they do. And they go out and they hunt after people who are doing bad things. And Mr. Marshall Bill is our friend, and he thought Dodie was doing bad things, but then he learned she's not, so.
Sometimes they don't care if you're doing the bad thing or not. They care if you seem like you're doing the bad thing, or you look like you're doing the bad thing, or you have the kind of blood of somebody who might do a bad thing.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't take your boots off around Marshall Bill.
Well, I mean, he likes me, so I'm not going to take my boots off or nothing, but, I polished his badge, and I think we're really growing closer.
Great. Growing closer to Marshall Bill. This is,
And look, Dodie and him weren't getting along, but now look at them. They're, flirting up there.
Everybody gets along with Dodie.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody. Wait.
She's really nice.
She is really nice. She's a very nice lady. I don't drink very often. Is it supposed to hurt? Is that part of the process?
Yes.
You want to kill that Sudden? The hand?
Just the whole thing?
Indeed.
Like shot left in it. He takes a little sip. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
It'd be like that.
Should I can have a half of it. You can have the other half of it.
Yeah, I'll finish it for you. Jesus.
Well, then I can. If you don't want it, then I can finish it. I was
Well,
trying
that's-
to be hospitable.
Why don't I finish it then?
Well, no, because it's my art. Well, it's Cordoni.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're not going to have an answer to this question, but who would you like to drink your arm?
Whoever desires it the most. I can refill it back at the bar.
Can I have it?
No, Brody,
No.
take the fucking arm. It's fine.
Takes it from you.
Yeah, that's why.
Here, Cordoni
Yes,
gives you the arm back.
thank you. I'm aware that we may all have complicated feelings towards the guild and their employees. I personally also have some complicated opinions regarding their rules about sentient automata. But necromancy and magic is dangerous. We have seen recently what one woman with a ritual can do. We have seen how much we can scare our own friends with some things we are capable of doing. And we are also aware of the cataclysmic might that magic can have on buildings and cities. The guild do keep that in check. I may not agree with all of them, but it's a necessary
What
evil.
happens when they try to keep you in check, Cordoni? What happens when they try to keep Ridley in check? I'm not saying let's go in there and burn the place down. I'm saying maybe we don't need to invite him to lunch. That's all I'm saying.
I agree not getting too close, but I think understanding why people would support them when they're scared is important. People's houses and families have been ripped apart by zombies and fire. Would you not look for safety in that? I know I did.
You went
Yeah,
to the
the guild
guild.
is a
and you're-
necessary evil, I guess.
When my shop burnt down, I went to the guild and I was sold at a market. Your brother bought me, and now I'm here.
They sold you like you were a piece of luggage or something. That's not.
They were unaware I was a person.
Did you?
They knew
did,
nothing about me.
Did you talk? Were you? Did you talk to him? Were you like?
Indeed. I informed them the shop burned down, and I informed them my creator was dead. If I was not a machine, I would have been arrested or executed for committing murder.
Murder?
Why?
That's a thing that happened?
There's no reason to believe that you. Is there? They would.
I was the only one there, and I walked out of the building.
Do you remember what happened?
Indeed.
How did it set on fire?
Let's talk about this. Not in a group, I think. Not in the wagon trail. If that's all right with you, Cordoni, maybe waiting for
Indeed.
private. Brody, you're fine. You can be there, but I'm just talking about, like, you know, the cop flirting with
Oh,
Dodie.
wherever Ridley is, I'm gonna be. So, you know, but yeah, I'm sure we can have our own little camp. You know, I'm sure we're not staying in like a big group tent. You know, we'll have our own thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mr. Marshall Bill. Ridley's gonna walk up to him.
I guess they're Bill, Mr. Hutch, and Dodie are still chatting.
Mr. Hutch and Dodie are side by side on two beautiful white horses.
With golden manes.
I do not think either of them have a horse.
I think horses are kind
Point
of
of order.
the horse you did have is there was a cart, right? Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a cart.
We
You're
do have a
wrong.
cart, yeah.
There's one horse and they're both sharing.
No, there was a cart and two donkeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
has
all
his
right.
Did
arms
he
wrapped
not
around
arrive?
Dodie.
Did Bill not arrive on a horse? Did
There's-
he walk here?
At
Yeah.
least 2 donkeys in this party, you're correct.
Okay.
I didn't say who.
Yeah, no, you didn't say who.
Yeah, you guys absolutely have a donkey. Have two donkeys on a cart and everything.
Beautiful white donkeys with golden manes.
No, donkeys. Because the horse you rode to 34 disappeared and went back to its stable. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Applebee's was magic.
Applebee's was raptured. Applebee's was too good to
Our
say.
donkeys' names are Mo and Joe.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm muting myself so that you can continue your.
I
Anyway.
personally enjoyed it.
Anyway, Ridley rolls up to Mr. Hutch and he's like, "Hey kid, hey kid, you got that badge? Is it all polished up for me?"
Oh, yeah, it's like right here. He'll dig it out in his pocket and pull it out. And you're sure I can't, like, keep it for a little longer?
Unfortunately, it's guild law. Wouldn't want to have him breaking any of those before you're a proper adult.
Do you got another sticker?
Sticker?
Yeah, like the badge stickers, and he'll show the crusty one on his outfit that's been there for weeks, months, I don't know, since he was given it.
At least a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know.
God, it's gotta be more than that.
Stickers. Well, that's not part of our standard
Protocol?
not protocol. What's it called? Requisitions? I don't know. That's not part of our standard arsenal stickers. But how about when we get back to Ridley, I'll find you one. How about that, son?
Okay, deal. Also, this, you know, the lady, Miss Dawson?
Ms. Darrow?
Oh yeah, Miss Darrow. She wanted to talk to you for a minute. Can you go see what she wants?
Well, if a Union Lodge leader wants to talk to me, it must be something pretty important. And he kind of slows on back and finds her.
And Ridley will take Dodie's hand and like lead her over to where the other group members are and be like, "Okay, now he's gone. Let's talk about stuff."
I wasn't talking about just when he's not there. I meant we're in a crowd of people, and there might be an admittance.
I assumed we were in our own cart. We have our own cart.
Are we in our own car? I thought we were just like walking in a crowd, just
Uh,
talking about murder.
It kind of
When we're in a crowd of people who famously do not cover for each other when cops are present.
God.
So I'm thinking maybe we keep things on the down low just a little bit.
I
but-
assumed we were in our cart that we came in on.
Okay, is that
I didn't know that
We don't
if
have a
could
horse
fit
anymore,
all of us
though.
into
We
a
have to-
cart. Yeah.
We had a donkey.
there were
no?
a
We
few minors with-
Applebee's pulled it, didn't they?
No, Applebee's, you rode on separately because we set off beforehand and you met up with us later.
That's right. You're correct. You're correct. So we did have a donkey. Our donkey's name is.
Mo and Joe. We have 2 donkeys.
Are those our donkeys? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't
you
know.
were donkey-
Danny named them.
It was kind of ambiguous who the cart belongs to. I see.
I think they're Brody's technically, but
Or they belong to the mine or something like that.
Yeah.
So their names
Oh.
are Modi and Jody.
Modi and Jody.
Okay, so
It was
now
like
we're
Honey-
alone.
It was like Honeycrisp and something else.
Oh,
Butter?
Don't matter.
it probably
don't
was
matter.
names, but
They were
So Ho
aren't
and
they named after apples. Different types of apples.
that
Pink
does
lady.
track.
I don't know.
We'll
Anyway.
search the chat later. on.
Granny.
You guys are having a conversation in the cart or outside the cart, whatever you want.
Okay, now
I
we're
think-
all alone in the cart.
Okay.
Which makes private conversations a little bit more plausible.
I suppose
Wait.
so.
We were just talking about how Cordoni did or did not kill her master, so.
I'm sorry. I do think I might need to be brought a little more up to speed than that.
It was a conversation about whether or not you should care for the government, and essentially, Cordoni was saying that the government helped them out in a time of great need when they went to them after the burning down of where you were from, and they sold you off like luggage. But you said that otherwise you would have been arrested for murder because you were the only one there. And you said you remembered everything, and then we stopped the conversation. Do we want to
Indeed.
continue the conversation?
If you'd like to know more.
Would you like to tell us more?
I'm not opposed.
All right. Wait.
I would like to preface this with saying you guys have not taken me apart upwards of 47 times. I appreciate you and your company.
Aw.
I wouldn't do it if I could, Cordoni.
Right. Same. I mean, I know that you've said before you're not a person, really, but you know you're, and I want to respect that by not calling you a person, but you're definitely somebody to me.
Though I do not have nerves and most of the feelings that people do, I do still have the concept of a death when my soul stone is removed.
Ooh, that doesn't sound pleasant to be able to do it more than once.
It is not.
Does it hurt?
In a sense,
Do you forget everything that you had experienced up to that point?
my creator assumed I would.
What you didn't.
I did not.
Or you wouldn't remember
I only
that
forgot
you'd
the
been-
woman that was before.
Yeah.
And
That
then
was
you
his
said,
wife, right? That's what he told you.
His wife, yes. Upon going in for the 48th dismantling, I thought it best to preserve myself. I had been built with many different machines and tools to help maintain mechanical augments, up to including collection of screwdrivers and scalpels. Flesh is not that sturdy.
So you did.
I was also built with a lighter, and the capacity to store alcohol.
whoa.
I don't think I could blame you for a second. Can't imagine being killed 48 times.
So, on the guild records, I am not sentient. I am simply a machine that survived the burning. They found me amongst the rubble, and I was sold at auction to keep records.
Did you ever make friends during that time that you lived with him? With anyone else?
One or two members of clientele. I knew them well enough.
Did they know that you were?
No. I ran the shop. I sold them guns.
It sounds lonely.
I'm not exactly as capable of being alone. I built screws.
When did you build screws?
27.
Sure, Screws probably chirps up at your side and everything.
Couldn't even like pet screws.
Why didn't Screws kill him?
Screws is not capable of feeling. Screws is an
But
automata.
Screws loves you. That's a feeling.
As much so that I designed them to.
Huh.
Screws' primary purpose is to protect me and my creations.
Like the other little one. Don't you have another one?
That was only a temporary procedure. I did not have the equipment to maintain them.
Oh.
I could definitely make more, but that require parts.
Can you make one that has a chainsaw that comes out of his head?
Of course. Would you like one?
Yeah.
Perhaps one day then.
Ridley, what do y'all plan on doing with that chainsaw?
I don't know. I just think it sounds cool.
Okay, we'll okay.
Cordoni, I'm not implying in any means that you should or could or can't. Do you ever regret it?
He was a person. Though, from what I'm aware, the woman who came before was no stranger to that sort of act for self-preservation.
Doesn't sound like a person to me. Sounds kind of like less than a person. I would have said a monster one day, but I've come to learn that things we consider monsters might not be, and things we consider not monsters might be.
It's often more complicated than that, yeah. But I am here. I understand the feeling of being scared and needing something to cling onto. So I understand why people are fond of the guild, even if they would dismantle me if they knew about me.
I think they could try their best, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not, to protect us from resurrectionists, from monsters, from robots, but you lock every necromancer away, every monster away, every robot away, and people are still going to be people.
Indeed.
Maybe if they all just had the same rights as people, and maybe some people do treat it like that, and I can only hope.
There is also the discussion of how dangerous each of us are. If I wanted to kill a bunch of people, a bullet to the head would not stop me. It would take several. I'm made of metal.
Are you
If it's
trying
under
to
person.
say that you being dangerous is the justification?
For the guild, yes.
And that's a problem I have with that.
Some people are capable of conjuring ice storms, capable of leveling a town. Would you not that rather be known about?
I don't know. I feel like it's an invasion of privacy.
I don't have any high and abstract thoughts about what's right and wrong about the way that the government runs. All I know is that I'm concerned for the people that I care about. And I'm glad that there's someone that they can turn to when they don't feel safe and all, but I want to make sure they don't get hurt by those same safeguards, so...
The guild
That's-
also have a quite large don't ask, don't tell policy. Should I not start doing anything too extreme, they'll not question me.
As long as you don't go nuts and kill everybody else, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Should a mage not burn down at someone's townhouse, they're unlikely to be questioned.
Yeah, at the same time, it looks for a second like Sutton is struggling with how to word this. As far, we know that Miss Dorothy Rose has never done anything necromantic before. And she's being questioned.
Yeah, why didn't you mention your fiance before, Dodie?
She pauses for a minute. Well, that's a great question, Ridley. I just wanted the time to be myself.
You can't be yourself. Otherwise?
Doesn't matter, does it? He's gone. Although I guess he turned into a zombie. And
So
believe you
he's-
me, I don't know anything about that.
So
am
he's not
so
really
sorry
gone.
to be this bitch. I know that we're in a prologue. I am gonna do a scrutiny check on Tony.
Yeah.
What are you trying to
wanna do-
discern?
Do you want to do bookkeeping real fast?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do some bookkeeping.
Yeah, because you don't have any cards, right? You shouldn't have any cards right now. In your
Really
hand.
down.
Yeah, let's do some bookkeeping. I hate to interrupt the conversation, but let's do our bookkeeping real fast.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because I'm
Cliffhanger.
I'm sorry, Miss Dorothy Rose. It's not that I don't care for you.
Yeah,
It's
Cardoni
just
also
that
kind of.
rather a lot I don't know about you, and it's not that I don't trust you exactly. It's just I don't know if you're omitting details.
You just start thinking about what exactly it is you're trying to scrutinize.
Yeah.
Cardoni knows exactly what they're gonna check.
What pursuit do you want for this session?
Sutton is worried about keeping the people she cares about safe from each other, from themselves, from the government, and from the things that go bump in the night. My pursuit is, I think it's just guard. It's from the core rule book, and it gives me some cool shit.
Yeah, just guard. All right,
Do I
can
get to
go
draw
ahead and
3
draw-
cards?
Yep, draw 3 cards. Dorothy, what pursuit do you want for this session?
I
adventure.
am taking marksman, going right along the same gunfighter, and obviously my performer originally was flavored as a sharpshooter, so we're just leaning into that right now. One of the main things that Dorothy knows she can count on is her aim.
All right. Ridley, what pursuit do you want? This adventure.
This adventure, I think Ridley is going to take Commander for a number of reasons. He has been hanging around the other
All
kids.
of Brody's and Sutton's efforts down the toilet. You can't trust the police, young man.
But can we trust the police if we become the police?
He has gotten inspired by William Hutch, of course, but also he's been hanging around the other kids. So, and he has pretty much bossed them around the whole last time when they were at the pool, and he was comforting them about their dad. So, I think we're gonna go with Commander.
All right, well, we'll deal with that in a hot second. But
Okay.
We'll deal with that.
Cordoni, what pursuit do you want this adventure?
Cordoni is continuing further down the augmented route.
Make more buddies.
Actually, to augment themselves. The engineer is their more buddies route. Augmented is replacing more and more of the porcelain with steel. And electro gloves. I want those damn electro gloves, Zach.
You absolutely can have that. Go ahead, everybody, draw your cards.
So
But
the
yeah,
scrutiny check that I want to make is not so much I think she's lying, so much as Sutton is just I'm gonna bear a little bit of Sutton's soul here. Sutton thinks that Dodie is a beautiful, beautiful woman who is so kind and gentle and lovely, but has always felt like she just doesn't know her. That there is some part of Dodie that is kept behind 17 layers of something else, and that you can't ever get quite close to her. And it's just learning that, okay, so there was something. There was a fiance. That's what those no return address letters were about. She's like, I don't know how much Dodie is still not covering up or lying about, just things she doesn't mention, things that she is keeping behind a wall. And I think especially when Dodie is talking about, like, oh, apparently, is it like shock and surprise and grief and I don't know how to deal with this yet? Or is it more like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be saying about this situation, I think.
So, specifically, what's the emotion behind it? Oh, I gotta get into Roll20. So, specifically, the question is, what's the emotion behind when she's like, well, apparently he was a
how
zombie,
does
sort
she
of
talk
thing?
about her fiance being dead? Like, is it actually all that surprising to her, or is it just like, oh, I should say that it's a surprise? Like,
Okay.
is she just trying to say the things that she thinks she should say, or is she really genuinely in shock?
All right, and
I
so
would
this is
also like to have a little look into that, because Cordoni does not believe Sutton at all. No, Dorothy at all. Sutton's not really said that much at the moment.
all right. So
Yeah, Dorothy,
opposed
if you're
check, right?
if you want to deceive, or I guess
It'll either do a
flip me a card
deceive,
anyway.
bewitch, or convince.
Right.
Whatever one feels
Yeah.
best to you.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever you think is best, go ahead and flip that, and everybody else will fight it, I guess.
I got a +0 to this, so it's not gonna go well for me.
Yeah, cards now you can cheat.
I'm not gonna cheat, I don't think. Well, I got a 2, so I'm just looking at you.
CJ, do you want to flip or do you want me to split first?
I just flipped. So I'm gonna say, looking at my different stats, I think your TN is just gonna be a 10.
Okay. That's going to be a 12.
Okay. You
Cordoni is specifically going into, what do you know about it being a zombie?
yeah. Specific to answer that specifically, you can mark for sure that she's genuinely surprised to hear that he has become a zombie.
Mhm.
That she was shocked when Hutch first mentioned it, and now it's sort of like, how do I describe it? The shock is more like when you're kind of balking at something, like she's shocked, but almost like, are you fucking serious? Kind of, like, of course he became a zombie and then I started raising shit. Like, that's the kind of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the original reaction to Hutch was very much just pure shock. Especially the zombie thing, but I think there is a layer of, if you want to get super detailed with it, well, not super detailed, but you got a 12, right?
Mhm.
There is sort of this layer of, well, of course he became a fucking zombie, and I just found out I can raise zombies, and like this doesn't look good is kind of the undercurrent now, but the first reaction was just surprise.
Okay.
So yeah, truly and honestly, as far as you can tell, and you did very much succeed on that check, she had no fucking idea. And to that note, it seems I'm gonna give you this because I don't care. It seems like the first time she raised a corpse was the first time, or at least that she was very shocked that she was able to raise that corpse.
Mhm.
So, yeah, in regard to that, complete surprise. No. Yeah, I think she's still a little bit in shock about it too, and that's why she keeps bringing it up in like a apparently kind of thing. Is because she's processing that very. That's the hardest thing for her to process right now.
Okay.
Sutton gets fuck all of that and just looks
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah,
But
that's valid.
hard failed that check.
Like,
Dodie,
just continuing on with the mystique. Honestly, like I've just got this wall. You don't know how to reach me. It's because you keep.
I don't
flipping
know how to
through.
understand this woman.
Sorry, you were gonna say something, Danny.
Dodie, well, he's still alive, right? Does that mean you're still engaged?
Well, I don't reckon he is. I mean, if the guild found a zombie wandering around Malifaux, they'd surely, right? Like, I mean, you've seen what a zombie's like. Anyway, Ridley, I wouldn't want to be married to. That's not him.
Well, when you were with him, you didn't feel like yourself?
Not too much, no.
Did you love him?
I don't know if these are questions that Miss Wesson has to answer while she's in grief. That's a very
I think
Oh.
Brody might chime in. Well, I mean, I think the kid wants to know. It might be wise
Brody.
to. I'm just saying he's curious.
Well, you don't gotta answer it if you don't want to, Dodie. I was just, I don't know, trying to learn more about, your life.
When we first met, Ridley, I thought we could really have something. But to be honest, I mean, how many people try to take a job in a city away from their fiance? I just needed some space.
It's fair. Sometimes you just need some space from the people you're about to marry. It's so you didn't love him. That's cool.
She didn't say we don't need to go putting words in her mouth. I'm sure it was a very complicated relationship, and she's now just learned that he, all that. So I don't think this is a time when she needs to be extremely clear about the ways that she does or does not feel about that man. So
His name was Carlton. And, I will say it feels unkind of me to say anything about him when he's not around to defend himself.
Does that mean you're never gonna talk to him because he never ain't gonna be around no more?
He's dead.
So you can't talk about him at all?
Maybe I can.
Well, we'll we got plenty of time to talk about it, I think, when we get back too. We don't gotta listen. We don't gotta, ask you everything about Carlton if you don't want to talk about it.
I wouldn't say I don't. I just, I mean, Marshall Hutch said, I mean, he did say to Miss Darrow that everything was fine, but he's gonna be keeping an eye on me. I've gotta be careful not to make any sudden moves.
Were you like, did everyone know about him dying because he died in the middle of the street, or is it because he was with you and you're a celebrity?
Oh, he wasn't with me when. Oh, you mean? I thought you were asking if he was with me when he died. No, you mean with me as in.
Like
Right.
engaged?
Well, he was awfully well off in his own way and ran in his own social circles, so he didn't need me to give him a name.
Look, he was rich.
Yeah. I mean, sort of people who see performers and decide they're gonna marry them, right?
Does that mean you inherited lots of money?
No, not at all, Ridley. We were engaged, not married.
Oh, I don't know how any of that works.
You're getting a prenup, is what I'm telling you, Ridley. You're getting a prenuptial agreement.
What's a prenup?
It means that they aren't taking any of your stuff if you get divorced.
Were they gonna take my trading cards?
Well, you might be making good money. You might be making good money. You're good with money.
Yeah, you might find a whole vein of soul stones, and it'll be yours. You could sell it to the guild, and it'd be great.
I would just give those soul stones to Cordoni.
That is very sweet, but I would
Wait,
still
how
also rather
much?
you live comfortably.
How much they go for?
Quite a lot.
Wow.
If
More
you
than
sold,
25 script, I'll tell you that.
if I understand it correctly, and I am not skilled in the ways of math, so take my advice with a grain of salt, Ridley. If you found a whole vein of soul stones and you sold them, and you took the money you got and you invested it into good things, then you could probably just support Cordoni for the rest of your life and then some.
Shiloh says making money is all about buying and selling. Buying and selling. You always got to be buying to be making money. You got to spend money to make money.
Well, Dodie says you got invested.
In the
I don't
right
know what
thing.
that is, but Shiloh says always got to be buying to be making money.
Which one is it?
And I think that making some money is easy, but making more money than you'd ever need takes being kind of a cruel person. Because you don't need to then care about all the people around you or what happens to them.
Well, not every rich person can be bad.
No, surely not. But I think there's gotta be a level where if you're making more money than you ever need, there's gotta be someone else who needs it.
Was Carlton making more money than he ever needed?
Yeah.
So he was a bad person too?
People aren't usually just good or bad, Ridley. I mean, some people do things that are bad, and if you do a lot of things that are bad, then you're not so good. But a lot of people are just kind of a mix, and it makes things a lot more complicated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wish it
Well-
was as simple as somebody's got a power, or somebody did a bad thing, or somebody looks a certain way, so they're bad. But no, unfortunately for everybody, it's got to be a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah, I guess money doesn't really say nothing. It's about how you use it.
Yeah. And how you use it around, or with, or to, or for. the people who need it.
I think that is quite a conversation for the first night on the road.
Yeah, that was a long one. Okay.
Had a lot
Are-
of questions.
Yeah, no. it was
Yeah.
great.
The point is, Dodie is very happy with her life right now. And she's very happy being single.
The point is, Dodie hates capitalism. I'm sorry, that might have just been CJ.
But okay, do we want to do it's been, you know, there a night on the road. Well, not. I want to do this first before we hit, like, before we say it was the first night. I want to do Danny's thing real fast. So Danny,
God.
you became a commander.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and flip a check real fast. It's a TN8 leadership check. So go ahead and flip a card real fast.
Okay. Here I
Let's see.
go.
See if you get any soldiers with you.
Okay, that's a 3. I would like to cheat it.
Okay.
What? How did you cheat it?
Because I want to cheat it with 10.
All right.
Drew some really good cards this time around. Somehow. Okay. So-
Okay. So you're gonna get one soldier, but soldier's a strong word for what I think we're gonna get. So where are you gonna get your soldier from, Danny?
Okay, so is it nighttime?
It's getting dusky.
It's a little
Okay.
justice.
And Ridley's gonna jump off the cart and look around to where Marshall Bill is. Just make sure he's in earshot, so
Okay.
Ridley can show off a little bit. And he's gonna walk along the line of people and look through and see if there's any like kids around.
There are the two little kids from before who you were talking to before. There's those. There might be. Who are you looking for? There's absolutely those, but there's
Just the kids. Like, describe
just
to
those
me
two.
how many kids there are.
there's maybe like. So as you guys are walking on, you're kind of getting joined by a few other camps, you know. So it's not just 34, it's not just 36. There's kind of like people are just streaming from like all over the hills, and so like one line on the way back to Ridley. So you might see maybe like 4 kids right now. We're still kind of early on in the process. There might be like 4.
Younger kids.
Yeah.
Are any of these kids missing a toe?
Yeah.
From the pool?
I think the brothers are there. Yeah.
Yeah, the
and
brothers,
then
the brothers
are those? So they're all about the same age.
yeah, various ages. The 2 little boys were named Caleb and Elmer Boone.
Caleb was the older one,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Ridley will march on up to him, like big steps.
Mm-hmm. Big steps. Okay. And he looks over at you and he's like, slaps his brother. We ain't going no more swimming holes.
Well, there ain't no swimming holes around here that I know of. But it is your lucky day. Not
Not. Why?
because, Caleb, you have been recruited
Crew for what?
for my army. You are now part of my ranks. And Ridley will take one of his long bandages out of his pocket because he has a bunch of bandages.
Mhm.
And does Caleb have like a hat or anything, or is he just no hat?
You know, he's wearing his he's wearing a mining helmet that's like, you know, a bit too, it's like sinks down and he has to like push it back up, and then it'll like start slowly sinking down again in the sweat. and
Okay. Ridley will wrap the bandage around like a headband and tie it in the back.
everything.
I don't got no stickers yet, but I will soon. But basically, you're now my first general.
First general.
Mm-hmm. But I'm the commander, so you gotta call me Commander Ridley.
Oh, okay, Commander Ridley.
So, like, whatever I say goes.
Why?
Because I'm the commander, and that's how that works.
Who? I want to be commander.
You can't be commander. I'm commander.
Well, okay, I want to be commander after you're done being commander. I want a turn.
This ain't a game. This is like real stuff, okay? And he's gonna take a glance over. Marshall Hutch is you watching.
Yeah, he's there where he's looking along and was like, he's interested in what's going on in little playground games, sure.
Ridley will give him a look and just nod very seriously.
He gives you a squinty eye, like what is going on here?
Okay. Your first mission, as of right now, is to make sure nothing bad happens in this marching order. Do you understand?
I guess my daddy kept a gun. I can get that.
Yeah, I get that too. You are the eyes on the ground. You're my second pair of eyes. As a general, if anything ever goes wrong, shoot that gun in the air and then come get me so I'll know.
Okay, Commander Ridley. Let me go get that gun. He runs to Miss Darrow. Miss Darrow has like she has her suitcases and everything. Should she have a donkey? Nah, she's carrying her own shit.
She's
lagging behind.
carrying her whole suit.
But he has a conversation with her, real fast, and she's like, and she puts her
She's like
suitcase in.
fine and gives the 6-year-old a gun. I was gonna go apologize to this woman and not anymore.
She puts her suitcase down and is like, "What?" You can't hear what they're saying, but she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And she goes back to her clipboard, and the kid rummages through it real fast, and closes it up and runs away. And then she's like, looks around real fast, like, "Where the fuck did he go?" Goes back to the clipboard, picks it up. It's like, kind of like that, like it was. It was a lot lighter than she expected it to be, and she like, that's weird, and she keeps on going. The kid runs back with like a long ass fucking rifle.
Oh, God.
I got my daddy's gun from Miss Darrow. I told her I wanted my bunny rabbit, but I got this instead.
Do you know how to shoot it?
Yeah, I know how to shoot it.
Is it thing loaded? How can you find out? Try to remember where Dodie loads her guns and look.
What? You're a commander and you don't know how to shoot a gun?
I know how to shoot a gun. Ridley's gonna grab it and try to look around the gun.
Sure.
Looks loaded to me, and he'll put it back. He'll give it back.
Well, it will be after I do this, and then he like closes it, bolts actions it back up and everything, and sure it has a pump.
Don't pump it yet.
Well, you have to be ready. I'm getting ready, Commander Ridley.
All right, well, don't shoot nothing unless I say so, okay?
Okay, don't shoot nothing unless you say so, or I see something scary.
But you can't shoot it. You gotta shoot up in the air to let us know.
Yeah, I'll shoot up in the air, and then I'll shoot it.
No, you don't shoot it at all. You just gotta let me know.
Oh, okay. But what if you don't see it?
If I don't see it, then you'll come let me know. That's your job.
Oh, okay. All right.
Man,
I understand now, Commander Ridley.
it's hard to see over
Are you doing this
opinions.
stealthily, or are you doing this in the middle account?
We're walking and saying it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think Sutton's just leaning against the side of one of the wagons, just watching you and this 6-year-old with a gun, just going, all right. I'll say that. You keep going.
Are we sure this is safe?
Probably not. But for tonight, I think it's fine.
What's going
Well,
Ridley gave a kid a gun.
I don't think Ridley gave the child a gun. I don't know how the child came to have a gun, but it's not one of ours.
I feel like it's still Ridley's fault somehow.
It is, however, not one of our guns. Can't be
Or
my
our child.
Our child.
Here.
Where's his mother?
Oh, this is one of the ones with a dead dad. I don't know where the mom's at.
Right. Well, I'll keep an eye on him. I really don't want to have to teach a 6-year-old how to shoot a gun.
When did you learn?
When did I learn?
You were
Well,
7.
the first time I was allowed to go out on my own with a gun, I was 8.
So we gotta wait just a couple of years.
But I did
I say it's healthy.
shoot my first one when I was 5.
Cool, cool. Great.
Maybe
Elmer.
not the best litmus test, personally.
Really?
Prodigy.
Is his name Elmer or Caleb? What's the kid's name?
Elmer's the small one, and Ridley would pick up a stick and give it to Elmer and be like, "You can join our army when you practice with this. Pretend it's just like a knife or something."
Okay, Commander. Really, I'm gonna pretend it's a knife. I'm gonna fight them devils in them Neverborn and them devils. And he, hits the stick against the rock.
Yeah, just like that. And if you
Yeah.
see any other kids, you can send them my way too.
Okay, I'll keep on the lookout for any more kids that are around.
Okay, you can be second general, and he'll take a bandage and put it around his arm, and it'll move to your head when you're actually good at doing that, because you're not very good.
But I will be. I'm practicing. See, I'm practicing. He hits it again.
We'll see about that. And Ridley will march away.
Okay.
He'll
sure.
march away.
Absolutely.
Degenerate little turd. I love him.
Okay. I think it's getting pretty late at this point. It's getting pretty late at this point. A lot of the there's a few other wagons, but a lot of people are like pitching their tents and everything. Some people are setting up campfires, and people are going around. Shut up! And people are going around into
Earlier, CJ said somebody said they have a don't ask, don't tell policy, and I was like, this is a serious scene. I can't ask if the guild is all homophobes. And now you're going around about pitching tents. This is not my fault.
That's not what I meant, Deanna, and you
They're
fucking know it.
camping.
Although the guild I don't know, like, Sonia's in the guild, and Sonia's definitely a lesbian.
Yeah, so lesbians are gay men. Okay.
To my
Anyway, they're
knowledge,
pitching tents. Who
No
has the
homophobia.
pitches? Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you say, Deanna?
who has the
You
pitches?
go
to
ahead.
tent?
I'm so sorry.
Who's pitched the biggest tent?
Who pitched?
Anyway,
So Marshall
William
Bill, how big
Hutch.
is his tent?
How big is? I'm comparing tent sizes.
How big is Brody compared to William? How big's the tent?
we'll get to that, I think. But for right now, the first thing that happens is you guys stop for the evening. I assume you guys stay in your carts and don't have a tent. But Mariah is she's off her horse now at this point, and she's coming around. She has she has Darrow with her, and she's going around to like stopping at each tent and like making notes and everything. Mariah's having a conversation with the people. Darrow's making notes. They go to each tent or each little camp, and they eventually get to your camp. And they're like, "Of course, you guys said you did not have any supplies to share with the camp. Is that correct?"
We didn't get an opportunity to hunt or anything today, right? We just came clean off the mountain and started walking. This is a question to Zach, not to Mariah.
If you did, you didn't really find anything.
Okay, and we have no supplies left from the mountain. We had so much fucking food. We don't have anything left from the cart that
We gave like
Yeah, 'cause
30 people's worth of food away.
That's
Yeah.
true, but that doesn't help. Tess, I know
We
you're trying to
did
be helpful,
rob-
but for my arguments,
We
I'm
did rob
sorry.
the shit out of that man, though. The trapper, the one that we found the entrails of later, we did rob the shit out of him. So,
Yeah.
I think
So-
I think you guys still have a deer.
We got some
Yeah.
fur blankets, which I thought was a fur coat. So you can have
we
that.
do have a deer and we have some human organs, but we're not going to offer that. It appears we do still have at least a little bit of venison. I don't know if you want that right away. What kind? Are you looking for something like long term, or are you just looking for food for tonight?
We are looking for food for the long haul. If we run out, we will organize a hunting party. We will see what we can find.
Well, I don't know. Do we want to wait to run out, or do we
We
want
also
to?
have some frozen liver.
Okay, great. We got frozen liver. We got a haunch of venison, and then, I mean, if we can use our donkeys, I'm sure Miss Wesson and myself would be able to.
We can't use our donkeys.
No,
We've
I'm
already-
not talking about. I'm talking about going and riding out and going haunted.
Oh.
Hunt. Don't worry about that. We're not. No, these are good. These are good animals. We're not going to be doing nothing like that.
And you can't eat Little Justice either.
I wouldn't try.
She comes crawling out of the coat of your jacket, stands on the shoulder, and then just reaches out to the buff lady, to Mariah, just like,
I don't suspect that a plant would be much sustenance for all the people we have.
Well, you'd be surprised, but not that one. That one's a bit spiky.
Could only hands a little bit of frozen liver into Little Justice's mouth.
shakes it apart. You know, if you've ever seen a dog like absolutely destroy a stuffed animal, just rips it into shreds,
If you
flies
can, please-
everywhere.
if you can please control your automaton. We do need the people need it more than the pets do.
I didn't think you'd want to eat person.
You have people in there that you are currently eating.
We are not
Little
eating
Justice is
any
eating it.
people. That
Also-
thing does have a wee bit of a snack on basically anything you hand it, and we're not about to hand it any rations that anyone else could use, because as you said, not reasonable.
Also,
Yeah,
their
make
name
lots of
is
that.
Cordoni.
Mm-hmm. There, make a note of that. And there is like rations of people inside the car. Very good. Hand your rations to our boys, and we will be around later for your share.
Right.
And you, she has like 2-3 guys following her too. And you give them up willingly and everything, or
I'm presuming that you don't want the people unless it becomes an emergency. Because let me tell you, if I'm served people, I'm not going to be too thrilled unless I'm starving.
a lot of us are starving. A lot of us will take what they can get.
So you would like the person meat?
Horrendous. Fine. Yeah, I'll look the other way. I have AV in wilderness, but oh wait. No, okay, yeah. I have one rank in wilderness? Yes. So I can
Would you be
assist.
able to assist me on that check?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Gonna have +4 to this. Yeah, that's a 16. That's a margin of success.
Jesus.
We cleaned out a
Nice.
burrow.
Explain the trap that you put down.
I think with the 16, we happen to be lucky enough. I think just through my familiarity with these kinds of lands and Dodie's comfort in not little rodents, as evidenced by her love for squirrels, we come across. I don't know a lot about rabbits, but they have like dens and burrows in the ground, right? And we just saw one of them in the mountain just now. I think
Mhm.
we're lucky enough to come across one of those, and we essentially find a way to block off all their exits to their burrow, so that they just have
Smoke
to
them out.
Yeah, we smoke them out and we get them all up into our,
It's
into
a-
our
Trap over the only exit we leave and we smoke them out.
yeah.
You guys walk a little bit further away, right? You're like not near everybody else.
Yeah, we're within eyesight. We're not getting so far away that we won't be able to find this place again, but not like in the middle of camp.
Okay, so you're gonna see. Okay, all right. We're gonna do this. I think. You're gonna
You
see.
get fucking mugged catching these rabbits.
You're gonna see a burrow. There's gonna be like a burrow. It's a little on the. It's like, oh damn, this is a pretty fucking big rabbit. You know, digging these burrows.
It's not right.
This one of these fucking. I would know about this. This is the only thing I know about the Northern Hills is they got some big fucking gophers or moles or something. They got big ass moles. Are these big ass moles?
It's a big ass fucking. It could be a mole. It's just a tunnel, you know. But it's
Okay.
pretty, you know, pretty fucking big. But you
I
know,
don't think I have ever mentioned this in game before, but I have it on my character sheet that Sutton has a scar across her nose, and Sutton is going to explain the story to Dodie about how Sutton's only ever scar is from being fucking walloped across the face by one of these fuckers when she was a teenager. Just a huge mole scar across her face.
That's true. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, she got whacked by a mole in the face when she was a teenager. It's the least impressive scar of all time.
In-
but right across
In
her nose.
Malifaux?
Yeah, when she was a teenager.
The huge mole people.
Is it a mole person? In the book, it just said they were big old moles. I was just
But-
imagining a gopher this big.
You're going to so you see you see the big ass burrow, and you know, going around and everything. You'll see another entrance over here, you know, and it's like, okay, there's another entrance. Well, you're triangulating. All right, there's got to be a few more of these around. So you make your way around. You got time to kill, so you make your way around, and you find about 3 or 4 entrances, you know, of these tunnels, and you try to smoke out.
I'm gonna
What's
say we
down
got a
here?
16, which is a margin of success, which means that we don't have to eat people. I'm putting that out there. Are you making us capture people?
They're not people per se.
Are they sentient? And would I feel bad about
people
eating?
I
at
think-
all?
I think something's gonna come out of the ground, and you're gonna do what you want with it.
Jesus.
Oh, we got a 16. That means we had a wild success.
Yeah, wild success. You
17,
can,
actually. We got 17. Excuse
you can
me.
get one rabbit, or you can get what bursts forth from the ground because you put.
Which
like,
is a
smoke and
whole
everything.
human person.
A whole
It's a
ass
sandworm.
fucking-
What bursts out of the ground.
We
a
we
whole
come
ass
with a
mole man kind of like bursts out of the ground.
man.
And yeah, you know, this warty ass back. He's hunched over, completely naked, and he's got like a naked mole rat with like big giant fucking teeth. But like
But it's
big,
a person.
They're not
Uh,
really people.
with
Is it
big.
person shaped? Like, is it like a primate?
I sent you a photo in Facebook.
Oh my
Okay, what
gosh.
is this? I thought they were just like really big. Oh my fucking
It's
god!
a really big mole.
It's a really big mole.
It has 4 legs, but it's kind of like standing on its front
Stop,
claws
stop.
are like touching the ground, but it comes up for air and it like looks around. It's digging around. It smells you, and then it starts fucking chasing after you.
No, it doesn't,
Yeah, we
because
have
I have. Hold on. I'm gonna solve this problem right away. I have a 0 AP weapon pull, and as soon as Dodie sees that thing, she goes ha and shoots it.
Okay.
There is no. Is it sentient? There is no. Oh, is it a nice friendly thing? She just
They-
panics and shoots it.
They do count as beasts, for what it's worth, Deanna.
Okay, but is it like is it like a chimpanzee that we're gonna be?
Oh my gosh.
We're about to eat people if we don't do this.
That's
It's a
true.
mole
That's
chimp.
true. That's true. That's true.
It comes. Okay, so it comes out. You're trying to shoot it. For
Hopefully I'm
simplicity's
succeeding.
sake.
I can't believe I
it'll
have
take
this on my
maybe.
character sheet and I did not understand what it was. I thought
That's
it was
what
just a
slapped you in the
big
face.
I thought it was so lame,
like,
but
a mole
apparently
man
they're
slapped you in
fucking
the face, right?
terrifying. I thought these were in my vegetable garden, and apparently they are not.
No,
They-
they
well,
definitely
they
would
might.
be in
They're
your
in your
vegetable
vegetable
garden. They're just a problem.
They were eating your vegetables.
They were
They're
eating
eating the
your
whole garden.
garden.
But yeah, so Dodie, you try to shoot at it. Go ahead and flip me some attack real fast. It's gonna be a
Are we not
TN
in
9.
narrative time?
No. Narrative time is bullshit. He doesn't care about narrative
Hold
time.
on.
He's gonna have to pull it anyway.
What's my TN?
TN 9.
Okay.
I'll let you shoot at it twice. Sure, why not?
Okay,
it's
well,
gonna spend-
do I need to? Because the first one is gonna be a 18.
18. Okay, so that's beat it by 9. Okay, that's 1 margin success.
I can shoot it twice because I would have pulled both my pistols out.
So flip me some neutral damage real fast.
Okay.
You might just kill it now. We'll see
That
what
is
happens.
gonna be 10 is that moderate or severe?
Moderate
That's
damage.
That's moderate? Okay.
Yeah.
That's moderate.
Moderate damage. How much damage?
That is gonna be 3.
3. Okay, so it's. Oh, it has armor. Okay, that's interesting.
It's naked. How does it have armor?
Got
Like,
real
deflects
fucking
the
thick
bullet
skin.
with his teeth.
Yeah.
Have you
it-
ever
my
shot
God.
a honey badger and they're just immune to shotguns because their skin's just that?
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever done
Shot.
Hey, Dan, when
That's-
you got
that's
your
it.
zoology degree, did they include that honey badgers are immune to
that.
Jody, flip me over one more.
Yeah.
You want to shoot it again?
Yes, please.
Honey badgers are immune to shotguns.
That's insane.
9.
That's insane to me.
9. Okay. 3 cards take lowest.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be weak damage, but
Yeah, weak damage, which is I think it's 2, but let me double check. 2.
yeah, it's gonna be reduced to 1. So it's using its turn to come up to you guys. What are it uses one of its actions to move up to you. It gets shot twice, and then Sutton, what are you gonna do? Do you want to do anything? I don't want to do full on initiative, but are you trying to do
I'm
anything? or-
gonna use my first action to stand in front the way that you're taught to do to like okay I'm gonna say this first of all for the chat. Don't take this as wildlife advice, but I believe that this is what you're supposed to do with mountain lions. I'm gonna stand in front of the mole man and I'm gonna use the impose action with an intimidate check, and I'm just gonna go and like be bigger than it.
Uh-huh.
Is that the size of like a German Shepherd-ish?
Oh, I thought they were like massive. Okay, it doesn't
No.
matter. I have advantage on an impose check. Oh my god. We're getting such good rolls. This is awful. We're using all of our good
Using
cards
all the
to
good
shoot
cards
a
on this
mole.
fucking mole.
So I got a 14 on an intimidate check.
Okay. A 14 on intimidate check.
Mole chimp.
I impose on him, and since I'm on the pursuit of guard, that means for the remainder of dramatic time, it will only attempt to attack me.
Mhm.
Dodie is in the clear, or it can attempt to attack her, but
You're right. I know. Yeah, impose.
I can
Okay.
just punch him in
So
the face, I guess. I mean,
so
no, I
you
guess I'll draw
impose-
my weapon, but I have fists. I don't know.
it goes up to you, and then it uses both of its actions to move to you essentially. But you want to punch it in the face? Absolutely, go for it. You know, it's
I feel kind
about
of
it comes up to like your fucking
Waste.
chest, waist.
We gotta eat.
Yeah,
My God, you guys!
the bottom of your chest it comes up to.
I was just trying to catch a rabbit.
You got something
Not-
bigger.
Zach was
Another
like, you had
really good-
such a great success. I'm gonna give you this absolute monster mutant of a mole.
That's gonna be
German
a
Shepherd size.
16.
Enjoy.
16.
Yeah,
Jesus
we're
Christ.
getting all the good cards out of the way on this stupid.
Absolutely. So yeah, roll up and flip me some damage. It's neutral damage actually.
So just a flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, just flip a card.
Severe
Severe.
damage.
Okay, how much damage is that?
For me, that's 4. And when
4?
I do
Okay.
severe damage, he is also slowed because I gave him a concussion.
He's slow because he's
Christ, okay.
dead.
Yeah, I punch him in the head and I give him a concussion. I go, ah! And I just slam. I'm a little bit panicked. I'm just like, okay. And I slam him in the side of the head.
absolutely. And it you know it's running up to you and it fucking hits you. You hit it in the fucking face, giving a concussion. And I think at that point it gets fucking you rock its world. So it's standing around for a hot second, and then it starts like kind of like digging down into its. It starts digging down.
The fuck it does. I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity and hold on to that bitch.
Let me finish. You got it. Let me finish. Let me
Okay.
finish. You're not
Zach
anywhere
is
near
like,
me.
it needs to start seizuring first.
Yeah.
I need to
Make-
describe this human person's terrible death.
Oh my God.
You rock its world, so it's disoriented and it stumbles around for a hot second before it starts digging down into the dirt, and it's digging. It's before it like kind of like
Oh.
collapses, but it collapses like into the ground, like the ground beneath it collapses too, and kind of like a little mini sinkhole deal. And
Are there
it's-
more moles?
What do we find?
17 other moles rise.
Thousands of moles.
Oh, brother.
As far as you can tell, no more moles. But yeah, it collapses down and the ground sinks in around it as if there was like a tunnel underneath it. But there's a few other things that are like stuck coming out of the ground as well. So it might have had a small treasure hoard down there.
Hmm.
Cause yeah, what are you gonna do? There's like some metal things coming out of it. There's a few metal things in the ground, and there's this mole that's like right there. Are you gonna come up and like investigate that, or?
Yeah, first I'm gonna step on its neck to make sure it's dead.
It's not moving anymore. So you're trying to like break its neck essentially. Okay, yeah, absolutely. You break its
Sutton
neck.
is standing a couple feet behind you doing the dad thing where like she's leaning down.
and Dodie just walks up and just says,
Oh, oh my god. Okay. Okay.
"That's the thing that hit you across the nose."
I remember. Okay, the thing is, Shiloh was like, "Oh, it was just a really big gopher. You're imagining things, but no, that thing is fucked up." All right.
That's terrifying. I don't know why
Yeah.
you don't think that's a cool scar. It's very dashing, and it was given to you by one of those things.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I ain't never seen anything like that before, and I hope I never do again.
There's
Well-
a small little spark of electricity that's coming from a half buried object.
Should we?
Yeah, can I do an athletics check to move this fucker out of the hole so that Dodie can take a closer look around?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Or is it,
TN
is it narrative time and I could just lift him up?
I think it's narrative time, but yeah, let's see if you can. TN 10
Okay.
athletics. Let's see if you can lift it.
Yeah, let me try to get one of the shitty cards out of the way. There we go. That's a 1. I think it's really funny actually if I fail this. Go ahead and remain. But that's with my athletics, that's a 4 total.
Okay, so yeah, you
Can you roll it?
I think
I grab it by I try to I get into the hole and I try to pick it up by its legs, but then it's so heavy that I can't honestly, a lot of the time it's the other way around for women, but my upper body's much stronger than my lower body, so I have a really difficult time doing the lunge to get its body out with me.
You try to hoist it up and everything, but then you kind of lose your balance as you're trying to get it down, and you land with it on top of you. You're probably gonna take 1 wound from. What are you gonna take 1 wound from?
I get the wind fucking knocked out of me. That thing is on my rib cage, and I got breasticles and everything. That's very uncomfortable to just be slammed into the ground there.
Yeah, it's a very heavy dude. Is there?
Dodie,
I don't want to say a pickaxe, but what's down there?
It's probably just a cracked rib. I mean, this mole man
can
just
we
fell
not crack
on
my
it.
rib? Can we just say that it's it'll heal overnight kind of thing? I don't.
I mean, Zach just said, "Well, I don't think it's a pickaxe." So
You
I'm
didn't-
trying
It's
to.
the you landed on the device. I think I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
Hey, Dodie.
Yeah, do you think I could help, maybe?
Well, I'm sure I will. I think you could help at a great minute. Could you possibly go get Cordoni? maybe Ridley and his little kids well to
Yeah, because I
be
really
comfortable here.
don't think I'm too good with strength or with finagling something to.
I'm usually pretty good at this, but
Can I, if I handed you down some rope and you tied it around it, I could tie it to the donkey and then
I
slap
think-
it.
Okay. Because I think you can probably lift it if you wanted to, but it's like you had a bad, your foot got caught in the ground.
We have our donkeys with us. Did we ride them out here? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they're attached to the cart. It might be a minute to unhitch them and everything, but
I think I unhitch a donkey and we do and so then Sutton can kind of push it while the donkey's pulling, and it's just.
sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like
and you
that
can tow
thing.
it back to camp.
Well, yeah, but
Wait,
then what did I land on?
yeah, we're gonna investigate this hole.
Yeah,
That's what we're gonna do.
that's my device.
Uh,
What kind of device is a
So,
mole man using down in his hole?
you land. Okay, so you
Commodore 64.
so the sharp edge of this kind of thing is sticking out of the ground, and you get the one man off of you. Stand up, dust yourself off and everything. A little bit of blood in your back. What else is new? And you dig this thing out of the ground. It's about the size of a backpack. It has like two kind of like handles that are jutting out of both sides. It has a few little metal glass like tubes on one side of it, and it has like 3 switches that are all like you're examining it. But yeah, one of the glass tubes is like broken. It has 2 little leather straps on it, so it's like you can wear it as a backpack and everything. But yeah, it's kind of a small metal retrofuturistic device with glass tubes and switches on it.
Does it look German?
Do you think it's a jetpack? You're not here, Cordoni. We'll bring it to somebody who might recognize it later.
I
Does
haven't
it look
the
German?
slightest
No, they
idea.
didn't put a flag on it or anything, so no.
Wow. What was he doing with that? Well, we'll take it back and see if Cordoni or someone knows about it. Cause
Mhm.
what in goodness?
I think I might have broken it a little bit. I'm assuming that I'm the one who broke open the glass, but that shouldn't be too unfixed. I've seen Cordoni do much more with much less, so they'll have something to do with this. I'm gonna-
Interesting.
If either of you want to hit me with a TN 10 artifacting or
yeah.
enchanting check.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am trained in artifacts.
I'm sorry, not artifacting, engineering.
Okay, great.
I could do enchanting.
Yeah,
I have a plus. Can I do it if I'm not trained in it?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I got an 11, but let's see what Sutton gets.
It's a 9, baby.
And, okay. Putting it together, this thing, it automatically casts a spell. Like you can see there's some
What?
there's some crystals inside of it. You're gonna see some like runes that are like carved on the inside. Examining it further. These the tubes have like etheric gas inside of it. It's not activated, so it doesn't look super exciting. But it does. It casts a spell automatically, essentially.
So without having to flip the prerequisites from a mechanical
yes.
standpoint. Cool. What the fuck? Dorothy's like, I think this can do magic.
Alright. I don't understand how that would okay, but that seems
It,
okay.
it powers someone with magic in a way. I think, if I'm figuring this out right, and mind you, I'm not formally trained, but I think so. As you've maybe seen a little bit, casting stuff is difficult and, well, in my case, a little unpredictable. This would probably help someone just make it happen.
What, just like causing the ice storms and leveling the cities like Cordoni was talking about?
Well, I hope not, but yeah, maybe. I mean, it could also just mean that if you had some spell to create water for people, you'd never have. Well, I don't know. I'm sure you'd have to power it or charge it in some way, but you wouldn't have to worry about whether or not your magic's gonna work that day.
I think based on your background, well, you had an enchanting check. It has unnatural shifting and shapeshift stuck into it.
Do we, with that check, do we feel like you could, well, I guess maybe we'll learn more later, but just based on what we know so far, does it feel like you could put different spells into it? Is it like a ring of spell storing kind of thing, or is
No.
it just, it's a grimoire in and of itself?
It's yeah, it's a grimoire.
Okay.
I think maybe the spells that are in it are the only spells that can do anything, but it does mean that if this really works, that's possible, and that's kind of scary, but also exciting.
I feel like, and let me know if you think, let me know what you think, but I think that this mole creature goes to the circle, and this thing goes to our wagon.
Us, absolutely. And I'm thinking, well, I'll have to think more about this, but, no, let me have a think. I've got an idea brewing. But let's get back to everybody and let them know what we found. And I would just love to see the look on Mariah's face when we bring her a nasty mole creature, since she was so willing to eat people hearts.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm gonna do a quick check around. There's nothing. If there's anything else to pull out of this tunnel here, I'll toss it up to Dodie. You said there might be a pickaxe or something like that. Is there just like odds and ends and shiny things he's collecting like a magpie?
Digging around, yeah, you'll find maybe a pair of glasses, maybe find a pocket watch. You'll
I think the pocket watch.
yeah, so there's some like clothing in there, and yeah, there's some clothing. There's like maybe 2 script in the pocket.
Yeah. Sutton will make the suggestion that anything mechanical will go through Cordoni before it goes to the wider camp, just because I don't know if I would recognize if it's something that's, very cool or not, and they're gonna get it. But clothes, most kids are gonna grow out of those really soon. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good find. A little concerning, but
Oh, yeah.
mostly a good find.
I mean, I will say that these hills are riddled with these things. I don't know, honestly, I don't know a lot about the natural history around here, but I do know as like an agricultural issue, these are alarmingly common.
They're sort of like, well, I mean, you can't say they're an invasive species. I'm pretty sure they're native to here, but they are pests.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're just a little bit larger than the gophers we had back in Montana, and all their
I don't think I've ever seen it. Well, I saw prairie dogs when I was stateside, but
I've seen those in books. I think those are so cute. Are they annoying?
I didn't have any problem with them. But I wasn't too much. I wasn't too much. I didn't. We traveled around, so I only saw them a little bit. But I thought they were cute too, sticking their heads out.
I think as we're approaching the camp here, I think something will just take a second. So, thank you very much, and I'm sorry for getting thank you for sorting out the donkeys and everything. That was
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any reason for you to apologize, Sutton. He looked pretty heavy. I certainly couldn't have lifted him up myself.
I think we'll feed plenty of people. I'm pleased. And just as we're while we're very close, so that I have the chance to just like move forward and immediately not have to have the conversation anymore. Thank you for spending time with me. I very much enjoy your company.
I think she does stop. But probably doesn't have enough time to like catch Sutton, and so it just kind of stops and just kind of watches after her, and then shakes. We'll talk about that later, kind of in her head, and just follows so that she can see Mariah's reaction.
Okay.
At which that'll end soon.
Breakfast.
Where did you get that? She's you're at the little the stew tent, you know, where they're cooking, where they're organizing rations. You're at that sort of area, and she looks. Where did you get that?
Well, Dodie and I actually went out. We went out looking just for rabbits, and we thought maybe it was just like a massive rabbit for a second. I've seen these kind of, and never mind. But we found something much larger than we were anticipating, and I think it should be good, solid. Good, yeah. So I'm glad we could help.
This will very much come in handy. We appreciate. Dad, I'll make a note of this. And there's of course. One mole man. And she writes on her clipboard.
We don't think that they're sentient in any way. In my experience with them, I think that they are just very large moles.
What is your name?
My name is Blackbird, Sutton Blackbird.
Miss Sutton Blackbird.
And this, well, I didn't. It was also with Miss Dodie, Miss Dodie Rose Wesson.
Very good. In situations like these, we take what we can get.
Okay, well, yeah, of course.
Enjoy your mole.
Yeah. Along with your liver, we will take what we can get. But would you like to stay and help with the process? Cooking.
I mean, I've never done anything like that, kind of like, but I've been hunting, so I can.
Well, if you don't want to stay and help with the process, we will get to it.
Oh well, by all means, then go right ahead.
Yeah, she doesn't have time for wishy-washy. But
I wasn't being wishy-washy. I was gonna say I could fillet it, but she didn't fucking let me talk, so she can eat it herself.
Well, yeah, I guess she's like that.
And Dodie has no problem with that. She's like, oh, of course. Have fun splitting the mole man open.
I think
bring that little backpack back to Cordoni, but I think
we'll hit that after break. There's a few things I want to do. I think we hit most of our personal stuff, so we might hit things out there after. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. But yeah, we'll take a hot break real fast.
Whoa.
See you in ads. I don't know.
Approximately 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna take our break so we can do whatever we want, man.
Yeah.
Let me go.
right, all good in the hood on my end.
That's
All
great.
Right.
good in the hood on our ends. Hey guys, we are all good in the hood. We're back. We are we played. We had break. We refreshed the drinks, used the bathroom. We're good, and we hope that you are good too, because we are gonna dive right back into game. So you guys brought the Mole Man back. You guys found that device. Do you want to dick around with that device a little bit? Do you want to
I'm
examine
happy to
that?
stick around.
Okay. Yeah, you guys bring it to Cordoni.
So I've been informed that it's not a jetpack. It looks like it's some sort of magical. How did you say it worked, Dodie?
Well, I believe that it has a couple of. It's got some spells in it already. Unnatural shift, something to shift. I'm not entirely sure. And then I do believe that this could just cast them, which is very fascinating and a little concerning, but very exciting. And just kind of hands it to Cordoni.
Very well. I will have a look.
Yeah, if you want to flip me some TN9 engineering.
From an
Engineering.
out-of-character perspective, unnatural shifting and shapeshift, do you know which books those are in?
Yeah, I got them. It has unnatural shifting in the Steam book.
Okay.
It also has weaken, which is in the Steam book, and it has
okay.
shapeshift, which is in the core book.
And shapeshift.
Okay, so
Got it.
engineering, you said, yeah?
Engineering,
It's gonna be an 18.
18.
Hell yeah! We're getting all our good checks out of the way now, boys.
So what the device had, from what you can tell, one of the tubes is broken. It's not charged. But you look at, how it's designed. You look at the spells it has inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of there's a little hatch in the bottom, and you twist it around. You examine it. This thing will cast specific spells on people. Like, it can be studied and everything. It is a grimoire after all. But for the untrained magician, it will permanently transfigure your body.
It's like a permanent change machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I know how to fix it? Can I make an engineering check to give it a little fix?
You can make an artifacting check to give it a little fix.
I'm happy to give an artifact check to give it a fix.
Clarifying, the use of it will permanently transfigure your body, but it has those spells in it?
It has those spells in it, and you will be able to cast the trained magician will be able to cast those spells normally. The untrained magician, just by pressing the buttons in the right order, because it had switches on it, by flipping the switches in the right order, holding onto the handles, will go through a permanent change.
Through the like they'll alter their form
Into a moment.
Okay. That's what I was thinking, gender reassignment surgery backpack, let's go. Is it what they want to change into, or is it just it'll do something?
You found it out here. You know what it does. Where it came from is kind of a mystery.
No. My question is, the untrained magician puts it on, presses the button. Is it they will alter their body in a way that they want, or it'll just you're a duck now?
Oh no, it's always going to turn you into something very specific.
Love
It's
that.
Does it turn somebody into a mole man?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
I got a 16 and you made us eat a human person. You're 16
You ate a mole man.
suck ass.
I'm gonna give it a flip to
Your
try and fix it, Zach.
successes are forced cannibalism. That sucks.
What'd you flip? It's gonna be no, we'll make this one 11, I think. Artifacting.
That's gonna be a 10, which I'm gonna cheat in with this here to make it 17.
Okay.
Also, from the parts, Cordoni makes themselves a new friend.
Oh my god. Right back that fun. The spare part. Okay. I assume there's some junk in the caravan that you can use to fix this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll be able to fix it. You with artifacting talents will be able to refill it with the deal. It is going to need a charged soul stone to work, but it's been worked before.
Mm-hmm. I
That is
also
A
now
really
have.
important question for you, Cordoni.
Mhm.
Does it turn people into mole men, or is the GM fucking with me?
Well, first things first, Cadoni has also built themselves a little mole bot to help in wilderness checks.
You shake it and it kind of rattles around inside.
What, the mole bot's inside the thing?
No. The I named it.
Describe
Mole
the
Man
mole-
Metamorphizer.
So it was a person. Zach,
Oh,
why did you
I
let
knew
me
it
get
the whole damn time.
I'd also like.
want to get a margin of success again because you're gonna make me eat people.
I would like to
That's
state
not how
law
margins of success work.
out of character. All mole men used to be people. They're chimeras. They've always been
He's
people.
punishing me for getting a margin of success.
You went hunting. You found a lot of meat. What do you want from me, man? Anyway,
Zach is just Mariah. They are the same. It's fine.
Yes.
they anyway. There's some rattling on the inside of the deal too.
Can I have a look at the rattling? Like, what's causing
Uh,
this?
Yeah, it absolutely needs a charged soul stone to work. And somebody used it, in the past, but hey, mole men don't know what soul stones are. And don't know to remove the used one that's inside. So
Sweet.
you'll be able to, undo the screw that's on the bottom of it, flip open a little hatch, and a little soul stone the size of a marble pops out. It's not very clear. It's a little fucking cloudy in there. But
Mhm.
it is a little soul stone, little marble.
Is that mole already dead?
I snapped its neck.
Oh, damn it. Actually, that would have charged it.
It would have.
It died within.
Yeah.
It died within 2 yards.
Do moles have souls?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they were
Any
formerly a
beast
people, yes.
living.
They were formerly a people, I guess.
Beast
And
or
they're a
living will both
living
charge it.
thing.
Do all dogs go to heaven? I guess. I don't know. We're
The
going
Malifaux
to...
stance is apparently yes.
Not necessarily heaven, but consumed
But
by
do
something.
all dogs go to Soulstones, the lesser known sequel?
Okay. My ruling is that it has to be a human. The mole men used to be human, so the mole men
What?
will slide. I don't think cows and donkeys are going to charge the soul
It
stones.
says specifically, it just has to have the tag living. Are cows
Yeah.
not alive?
My thought process is that hey, they bring soul stones to like hospitals because it's like as people die they charge it. If it was, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to just bring it to a farm, to charge these things. It's grim here. We're grim dark, so it's got to be human, sentient.
That's fair.
It's got to be sentient because the Nevermore is sentient.
Beast and living
Okay.
is a different tag. but
So it
yeah,
is
mole men.
charged.
It is.
Oh,
It is charged
true.
from
Beast
the,
and Living
the-
are a different tag.
Although the mole men do have the living tag, so.
They do. Upsetting.
Should we test it out? What's it do?
It turns
Oh.
you into a mole.
I wouldn't test it out, and really the spells that are in it are awfully mean, actually. I mean, one of them's alright, I guess, but
Brody, would you like to help me with a science experiment?
no.
Absolutely not. I heard what you said.
Let's try it on this bug that I found outside.
Ridley will put down a beetle.
I don't think a beetle's big enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the idea being the person the person holding it has to flip the switches and hold onto the handles for it to take effect.
Okay.
It has to be like a conscious choice, I guess.
We do
Oh,
have
the
willing
person.
soldiers.
It should be no.
Oh my god.
We're not turning the children into mole.
Kodoni did not say that. Kodoni did say the Brody, but not about the children.
I would say, as you do have magical proclivities, really you'd probably be safe using it. But the spells here, one of them turns the person temporarily into a sort of beast sort of thing, and you get those benefits. However, the other two, as I said, are a little bit mean. One changes somebody else against their will, and they suffer some complications due to that, even though it is temporary. And the other one weakens someone against their will, obviously, although that is temporary as well, as long as they manage to stay alive during that time. So, whoever made this was awfully nasty.
Well, should we keep it just in case we need to use it for like a fight?
Well, I think. Good question. Zach, as this
Yeah.
can be cast without having to flip or anything, does it require attunement?
If you're going to flip the switches and use it on yourself, it's not going to require attunement. But if you want to, like, you can study it, see how it works and everything, and use it like a regular ass grimoire. So it's like you can,
So, using it as a grimoire would require attunement.
yes,
Changing yourself into a mole man would not.
yes.
Cool. Alright.
And my stance on immutos are the same as before, where it's like, okay, this is a predominantly enchanting grimoire. If you attune to this one, I'm gonna allow you to pick your ranks in enchanting in immutos,
Cool.
because immutos are not fun to pick out, so you can pick them out yourself and see what's useful.
Fair enough. I think Doty's gonna say, well, unfortunately, I think you'd have to study it for some time, and you would have to dedicate yourself to this object. As I understand, in most cases, with a few rare exceptions, that is how magic works. So, I don't know if it'll be too much use for it, but I would love not to see it get in someone else's hands.
We could also remove the soul stone from it to cease its function.
Well, that sounds good. I'm sure you could have use of a soulstone, right, Cordoni?
I do already have one, but I could definitely use its power over things. Or you, Miss Wesson, if you decided to cast more magic yourself.
Right, yeah, well, awful lot of the things that I've found that have spells attached are pretty mean, so haven't done any of that, but I suppose I could.
I do not mean to sound ungrateful for your talents, but is mean really the concern when you are a marksman?
Well, I don't particularly fancy using necromancy, which the entire book of love sonnets was just necromantic magic. And I also don't particularly want to force people to change against their will.
That is fair. Still, should it prove useful, I think only will hand over marble.
Thank you. She'll put it like, I think she probably has some inside pockets in her duster or something, and she'll put it in there. And I will make a note of that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, the guy with the staff, his stuff's nice. He has improved fate and water and pillar and obscuration.
Yeah.
And that's the one that Doty is currently attuned to. Whereas we've got this one, and I don't see her much as a beast user anyway. And then the other one is Cadaver Mask, Beckon, and Feign Death. So, thematically, it's the staff for me.
I gave it to you when you wanted to be a necromancer. But anyway.
I never wanted to be a necromancer. I thought it would be an interesting story beat. And you knew that.
Anyway, What's going to happen next? I think. Are we done with this conversation?
I believe so.
I assume so. Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of the night is going. Okay. Garrod is actually going to come around. She has a few bowls of stew for like the people who eat.
Not eating that human man. Nope. Not eating that human man that I killed with my success.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I'm gonna be upset about this for a couple weeks, but that's okay.
So yeah, she passes out stew to everybody with hearty chunks in it. You don't know if it was Mole Man stew, but it was. This is from the rations she picked up and everything. Yeah, and you guys go off to sleep. The rest of that night passes kind of like pretty uneventful. I do think what I think is going to happen in the morning. Yeah, the morning's going to roll around, and I think what's going to happen is William Hutch is going to roll up to you guys, and he does say who's the first awake?
I mean, Cardoni
Dorothy's-
doesn't really.
Cordoni doesn't sleep. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Dorothy's up kind of early-ish. I don't think she's always been this way, but I think over the last couple nights, she's usually like one of the last to sleep and one of the first awake.
Okay. So so about the time Doty's just waking up, Cordoni's doesn't sleep. So he rolls up to your camp, and he does say, he nods his hat, tips his hat, Miss West and Cordoni.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you, both of y'all. I do believe I'm gonna head back to Ridley. I can travel a lot faster by myself. A lot of slow moving people in this caravan. I might get there in 3 days, but city really might be better equipped to handle an influx of refugees if they have a few days preparation, if you know what I mean.
Would we be slowing you down if we joined you?
I did catch up to you mighty quickly.
Well, we were fighting some things.
Yeah, one person, especially one death marshal, is a little bit faster than a whole caravan.
Of course.
But with that, I trust you will tell your compatriots adieu for me.
Of course.
Thank you kindly, both of you.
Don't think you need me to say it, but be safe out there. I'd like to still have someone we can trust by the time we get to Ridley.
Well, y'all don't need to worry about me. If anybody's gonna be living at the end of this, it'll be me.
That seems funny, somehow.
Yeah. Death Marshals known for their humor, and he gets his coffin on his back, and he will stroll off into the sunrise. I guess. Yeah, he'll stroll off in the sunrise, making his way back to Ridley. And sad he couldn't say goodbye to young Master Ridley, but it's time to go.
It seems soon. Cordoni,
Yes.
I hate to admit I think that man might not have been all bad.
I think Master Ridley would agree with you.
Well, he was convinced from the get-go. I don't know if his opinion's really all that solid, to be honest. But, well, we'll see what waits for us when we get back to Ridley, I guess.
The guild, like all organization, has its flaws, but there are some people who are trying to look after people.
Probably.
You don't
Okay.
rise to power if no one wants you there. Gotta convince at least a few you're doing good.
Interesting take, Cordoni. I think that works both ways, unfortunately. I'm I'll get everybody up. Wait, what time is it? And just kind of starts to look around to see like how late it is, and if it's a reasonable hour, she will then go wake everyone up.
You
Let
can
him know that
absolutely
he
wait till a
leaves,
reasonable
that
hour.
sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, either way, that's how the rest of that morning goes. Is wakes everybody up, lets them know that Hutch beat it at first dawn, and
Wait, Mr. Marshall Bill left without us?
you see him when you get back to Ridley. That was a weird sentence.
Are we gonna go visit him?
It seems so.
I'm sure that that's not the last we've seen of Marshall Hutch. One way or another. Whether or
He
not
still owes me a sticker, so we gotta go.
All right. Well, we'll hold him to it then.
Okay. So you guys, the rest of the day is, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, you make some small talk with each other, make some small talk with maybe the caravans to your left and right. But you guys roll back on. It is a very long way, so we'll kind of like pick up the time, but it's gonna roll on to that night, and it's gonna happen. Things are gonna happen much the same way as before, where Mariah Garrett goes around with Judero and a few of her men and everything, and they pick up any like double check with everybody. Oh, do you have everything you need? They're gonna make their rounds. Are you sick? Blah blah. They come to you. Are you sick? How are you guys holding up? Do you need medical attention? Well, you have a doctor here, so you're probably fine. And she says it in her accent and everything. But eventually she'll come around, pass out more stew. Stew, a few slices of bread, maybe a fruit here and there, dry jerky, whatever. But people are eating it, and time kind of goes on. But you'll a few camps down, you're gonna kind of get like a whiff of like fresh roasted meat, essentially. And you look over and they have like a thing on a spit, something on a spit, nice fire going, but some nice meat going on and everything. And that's when you'll see you're gonna see Mariah Garrett go over there with and have a discussion with them. It's gonna get a little bit heated, and then you're gonna see her start yelling. Her and one of the guys, they start yelling, and it gets really heated. So eventually, she's going to grab the dude and start like dragging him into the center of camp, essentially. And she's going to say, she grabs a guy, goes in the center of camp. Look around you at all the hungry and the sick, starving while you grow fat off of the hoarded supplies. How many are you going to let die? How many will you let fall at your feet before the tower comes crumbling down? I won't allow it any further. She grabs him, throws him on the ground, and then starts like beating him up, like giving him a few good fucking punches. And it just keeps on going, like past the point where it's like he might have learned his lesson. She keeps on fucking going. And after a hot second, you're going to see in the firelight, you're gonna catch a glimpse of like this yellow aura that starts like growing around her.
Guys, she's caught the yellow stuff.
Well, shit.
We gotta stop her. She's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
I think you might be right, Ridley.
Maybe we should turn her into a mole person. Just kidding.
What a strange suggestion.
Also, I am really sorry. I am feeling really fucking ill with everything that's going on right now. I'm gonna have to bounce. I am really sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Alright.
Like, I'm about like this close from throwing up.
Oh,
Okay.
let's stop there then.
I am really sorry, but
It's alright.
Let's pick up on this next time, I think.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
this. Same plan as before. Tess, go. You'll be fine.
yeah, thank you.
We'll
throw up.
we'll
Go
cut
throw up.
here, and we'll
That's actually not a bad place to stop. It
Not
seems.
really. Yeah, that's not bad. Thank you.